So I've done all the easy T-posts. The second batch of T-posts I bought have all those little nubs on the side, and it makes this job so simple. And then the very first batch of T-posts we bought are smooth, so there's nothing for this tool to grip. And then I used to just like wiggle and bend and pull with my body until I started tweaking my back. It's hard, I think, on your back to do that. So Bob's like, just try using vice grips on here. So I do give the post still a wiggle, and then it's actually not that hard to pull them up. It's just annoying because you're having to undo the vice grip each time. But yeah, so if you're buying T-posts, find ones with the nubs. Okay, so another day of digging up dahlias. I can't complain about the weather though. It's just been amazing. It's almost like summer-like weather. So it's so dry out here that I'm not in any muck or it's been very pleasant. Probably even the dogs would say it's hot because it was like over, I think 25 yesterday. I don't know what the humidity was, but they're still running around. I think it's a bunny that they're chasing with no success. So they're getting a ton of exercise. But and I'm feeling a little sore. I think digging up dahlias, I'm using some different muscles than I normally do. And then because we wanted to really enjoy the fall weather, and the weather was so nice on the weekend, we went up down to Niagara Falls and walked at the Glen, and it was so beautiful. And then we thought, we'll just do an extra long trail to walk down towards the whirlpool, which is full of, the trail is like up and down, lots of stones, gorgeous. But I think I spent more time looking at my feet, making sure I didn't slip, than actually looking around me. But 3 hours later, and now I think I'm feeling it, which maybe not the smartest thing to do on the week of when I'm trying to dig up dahlias, but still good times, beautiful, such a beautiful season. So I spent the last couple days, I got the front half of this bed cleaned up. I got all the rest of the posts out, and I cleaned up all the plant foliage, the leaves, got them off the rows, and then spent time digging everything up and cleaning the tubers off. And they've been drying very quickly in this warm weather, so I pretty much can, after a couple hours or the next day, bring them right into the barn into storage. So the front half is done, which I'm very happy with. Today, I think with the wind and the warmer temperatures today, these are going to dry quite fast. So I don't know how far I can get, but I want to get these rows. I wanted to get them done by today. I don't know. I don't think that's going to happen, but I'll see how far we get. It's actually taking I feel like I have an added job this time because the chickens have put so much dirt on my path. So I've actually went along, which is a new job for me, and cleaned up all the paths of dirt because I don't want to leave anything on the paths for weeds and seeds to germinate, because that's a real headache when there's plants growing on top of the paths. So they're all cleaned up. It looks so tidy out there. I'm super pumped. And then I also got cover crop seed on. I did a mix of mainly wheat and triticale because they can hopefully germinate in the cooler weather, even though we're not having cooler weather. And then I also just threw a mix of all my small seed down, like the radish, the clover. I think they'll grow. And then I'm still learning about mustard and phacelia. So I did a mix of that. So there's lots growing. I seeded it really thick because I really want to improve the soil in my rows. I tried to top the rows with a little bit of compost because I don't want to spend the time putting row cover on it. And I thought, well, I'll just top it with compost, but it's so rocky. So some of it is really great, like especially where I planted my tubers. And that's what my goal was, to get a lot of mushroom compost on so that I can just shake out my tubers. This variety is coming out really well. Some of the other varieties are more clumps, and then they're big, and they did get into the clay, so it makes for a very heavy clump. But I just want a thick cover crop. As much will grow this fall as possible, because I am going to kill this down pretty early in the spring. So I'm not, it's crowded, or hopefully it will be crowded, but that's okay because I'm not letting them get to full size. So that's done, and now we're just getting water on that, and then we're going to repeat all of that process on this half of the bed. Hopefully by today, or yeah, we'll see. So you may be wondering why I have so many flowers after my field froze last week. Yeah, it's been over a week. These have just been sitting in here. These actually were all in my cooler, and I had one more designer who just had to make an arrangement. The flowers need only to last, the event is today, so she picked up last night. So I was like, I'll keep my cooler on. So I pulled these out last night so she could just pick a few things for her arrangement. This bucket actually has just been sitting on my counter this is from Thanksgiving still, so like 2 weeks. It's just been sitting here. So it's high time that I clean this up because I have been digging up all those dahlias and they need to go in my cooler. And so I turned it off last night. I pulled everything out. And it looks beautiful from a distance, but it's really all ready for the compost pile. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing. I have a hard time checking these because they're so kind of fun. And I actually just have a hard time checking the last blooms every year. I usually have like buckets just sitting on my counter because I don't know, I can't check them. It's like I can't go back to the field and get flowers again, so I can't play with flowers. Not that I really play with them, but I don't know, there's something fun about having them at my hands whenever I want. But one thing that I feel like I failed on this year was my social media. I did not hardly post at all. And if you do follow me on social media, you'll notice that a post went up this week, but that wasn't me actually. That was Bob. Because he's like, I don't know how he gets everything done in a day, but he's really good at schedules and posting on his own YouTube pages. So he's like totally encouraging, and I'm going to help you. He said, post regularly. Maybe we'll do a weekly, just set a goal to make a weekly post. Similar to what I do with my goal for my YouTube videos right now. So that's going to be one of our goals for next year, is to do better at that. And I thought it's a good time to start right now. He also gave me a suggestion for like a YouTube short or an Instagram reel. So I thought I'll just use these last flowers to try that out. This is probably like plenty big for what we need. I don't know. What do you think? I should just stop. That's the problem when you arrange. You never know when to stop. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna take these outside and try and make a reel. We'll see what happens. And then these are going into the wheelbarrow, and I got to get back to work digging up dahlias. Yeah, I thought I'd be done in this bed 2 days ago. That was the plan for the beginning of the week. But everything always takes me longer than I think. And then I did go with my son on another school trip, and I went and picked up bulbs, some of my bulbs. I hardly ordered any this fall, but I got some more allium and just a couple hundred tulips, so not very much to plant. And then spur of the moment, I bought some more peony roots. I told myself I was not allowed to put any more peony plants until I can manage the ones I have. But I don't know, the price was good, and it's actually a box of mixed roots. I don't even know what varieties they are, but I do want to try planting my peonies in a different fashion. So this just gives me an opportunity to try that on a couple rows. So I have to get them in the ground first thing next week, as well as get to the other dahlia patch and start working on them. So yeah, I got stuff done, just maybe not as far as I wanted to get, but that's okay. We'll finish this today and then start on the other jobs. But thanks for hanging out with me again this week, and we'll see you next time.